Hey everybody, welcome back to another news roundup. Hope you guys been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. Excuse me for any weird noises that you might hear in the background. Just our kitty is just hanging out on my lap. So excuse any purring or any odd noises here and there. He's just trying to get settled in for bed. So we got a few topics here and there for this week, so we're just going to cut this short, and we're just going to dive right on in. So coming off the weekend, we have a brand new release in the form of Final Destination Bloodlines. This is latest in the Final Destination series, I believe 14 years since the last film. And this is distributed by Warner Brothers, and we have the results now from its release on its opening weekend, and well, it actually has done fairly well. So it has collected so far a total of $102 million. And per some sources, the production cost ran at least $50 million. And per my own calculations, the film would need to make at least $125 million to break even, since there's no disclosure of marketing expenses, and we're only going off of the production costs. Yeah, looks like Warner Brothers has another win under their belt, another necessary win, because as we've detailed on this channel, it's been fairly grim over at the company. Some talks of changes in leadership, as amongst other things. So this has definitely been needed. And with this, a Minecraft movie, which I believe is currently the highest-grossing film domestically, and Sinners, there's definitely some potential in seeing a comeback story in some regard within the current leadership. We'll see how that extends over to the summer, because that's where it's basically going to be a true make or break with the release of Superman, which we'll be discussing later on this channel, or discussing later in this video. And that's definitely got some competition to contend with like Jurassic World as well as Fantastic Four. So we'll see. But for now, definitely for a series also that's had like 14 years of absence, it's interesting to see that it's definitely still has life in it. So definitely expect a sequel to this if there's not one already announced. But yeah, it's a much needed streak. Hopefully that it will last throughout the summer. But as it stands, it's a solid start, especially for their summer season at least. So good on Warner Brothers. Good on them. It's good to see them finally getting some kind of good stride. So okay, let's get into some news regarding the Cannes Film Festival sales market. So we're not gonna talk about the film festivals, just because there's nothing to really talk about there outside of just the glitz and glamour and just the stuff that nobody cares about, and the stuff that I don't care about personally. But they do at the Cannes Film Festival a little bit of a sales market, so they kind of pitch around a couple of ideas, some little productions here and there, or bigger productions, put up for sales, looking for distribution, amongst other things. And according to Deadline, within the pool of sales at the Cannes Film Festival market, Millennium Media, who are the people who brought you the Hitman's Bodyguard, I believe, they're seeking to produce a prequel to First Blood. So a Rambo prequel potentially being in the works. Now, according to Deadline, it is being planned to be an origin story of a younger version of John Rambo during the Vietnam War. The film is set to be helmed by Jalmari Helander, who you guys may be familiar with a film called Sishu, Sishu, right? Yeah, Sishu, which we have talked about on this channel. And it's going to be utilizing a screenplay written by Rory Haynes and Sharab Nasivani. I probably butchered the hell out of those names. My apologies. They're the guys who are behind DC's Black Adam. Now this is planning to be shot this year, this October precisely, in Thailand. So I don't know how tariffs are going to be involved in that equation, but we'll see. But also, according to Deadline, Sylvester Stallone, who of course plays the title character, he's currently not involved with the project. Now there is an opening that will be made for him according to the production if he wishes to become involved in any capacity. But that remains to be seen. But yeah, there's potential for a prequel maybe in the works. And to be honest with you, I seriously doubt there's a whole lot of interest for this. Like, I really wonder who this would be made for outside of, like, I guess the older crowd or some like action junkies who like really want to revisit the series. I just don't think the average movie goer is going to really care. Like, to me, it doesn't make a whole lot of financial sense because I don't think Rambo, the last film that they did, what was it, Last Blood, which it was particularly bad. I don't think it did financially well. I'm gonna check it real quick. I know Rambo has had a long, history. It extends all the way back to the 80s. But I don't recall the last film doing well. Let me see. Rambo: Last Blood did a budget of $50 million, box office of $91.5 million. So not the worst, but definitely could have been better. But they also had advertisements for that also were $30 million on top of that $50 million. So yeah, that's actually not good. Yeah, because I was thinking squarely of just the budget, but yeah, so that kind of also validates how I'm feeling about people not really caring too much. If this is more independently financed, it might be a little bit more persuading, a little bit more like, this and that. But I think Lionsgate, don't they own the rights to, or own the film rights to Rambo? So I'd be surprised they're not picking up on this like just immediately. But on top of that, like the story itself, it's essentially just a war story with the Rambo title. I mean, I know that the backstory of Rambo is that of, a war veteran, but I just don't think it's going to really matter all that much. So yeah, to me, the series has been dead for years. I think it's best to leave it be at this point, or just reboot it, which kind of sounds like what they're doing here. So, but yeah, I don't really care. I mean, the directing choice is not the worst, I guess, but it just doesn't really mean a whole lot to me, and I doubt that it's going to mean a whole lot to many other people. So. All right, let's get into an interesting story with regards to AMC theaters. So, according to multiple sources, AMC theaters will begin offering additional discount prices for movie tickets that apply now to Wednesday showings at their auditoriums. And this is set to begin on July 9th, so pretty much in the heart of the summer season. These discount pricings will be at a 50% slice off of a regular ticket sale, and it could apply to brand new releases. Now, they're saying that some of these new releases may become excluded from the deal. Basically, movies that probably are going to be, they're betting will probably do bigger for them on opening weekends. I mean, they get more profit, so they're going to push a higher price on you. So, if you're hoping for films like Superman, for instance, or Jurassic Park or whatever like that, probably not going to be a part of this deal because they're betting on those movies to do big business for their own business. So, but the discount pricing on Tuesdays still remains. So that's the interesting thing here is that there's now a major theater chain that has 2 discounted days, because there's a kind of a unanimous thing now with all these theater chains that have basically a discounted day on Tuesday. But I think that this kind of is pretty illustrative because although the more opportunities for discount pricing is never a bad thing, I mean, I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong. To have an additional discount day placed right beside an already established discount day, I think it's very illustrative of the profits made on the opening weekends. And in turn, I think that the margins are just not being met with these theater chains. So as a result, they're seeking out more of these discounted days to collect any possible profits to stabilize themselves. At least that's how I take it. Because I don't understand why else you would discount anything. It's like when something goes for clearance at a store, it could mean one of two things. Either that product has ran its course or the product just flat out isn't selling at all. So they have to just discount it super harshly to draw some kind of attention, So, that's what it seems like to me anyway. And especially to have this happen in the heart of the summer too, like you would think that you would avoid that. But to have this happen in the heart of the summer, especially with heavy hitters like Superman coming out, it speaks to me of the confidence that they have of those upcoming products, and then the confidence of the audience showing up. So, I mean, it's a good thing for consumers, but it's also a sad reality when you put it in that perspective, So, we'll see. I mean, maybe it may prove well for them. I mean, it's obviously a good thing for us. I mean, as consumers, I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. I'm just saying that the reasoning why they're doing it, I think, is a little. It's a little disappointing when you think about the kind of optics, and the confidence that people may have with the upcoming slate for the summer season. It just speaks a lot of volumes to me. But we'll see what happens. But as it stands, you may be seeing a hell of a lot of discounted pricing from AMC coming into the summer season. So, alrighty, we have 2 trailers to discuss for today, and then we're going to call it a day. So let's get into it. So, of course, as I've been hinting at, talking about it a couple times, we have now the official trailer for Superman. Of course, Superman coming out in the summer, July 11th. So that discounted day does actually arrive like literally that weekend. So I don't know if it's just because they're not confident in Superman, or I don't know. It's really interesting because you'd think you'd avoid that, but anyways. But yeah, we have an official trailer now, of course, being written and directed by James Gunn, who's helming the entire, DCU, hoping to restart things. And I just am not entirely convinced of the film itself. By design, it just appears to be fairly formulaic. Like, it doesn't have that distinct kind of flavoring that some of these, genre-based films, like these comic book adaptations, appear to have, like something like a Logan or a Deadpool or even Thunderbolts most recently, which I was surprised by. It just seems to be a whole lot of what we've already seen before. And it's also just literally a lot being represented. Like, there's some kind of Justice League now being formed. We have a Lex Luthor. We have like all these other elements at play to establish a universe. I'm not expecting a whole lot out of it. It just doesn't, because it's not really showing me a whole lot except just literally in volume, just visually what's being represented. And I think for the company's sake too, like I don't know. I don't see this being a strong start for them because I doubt that it's going to be a massive draw. I'm not seeing a lot of excitement for it. But then again, I'm not online as much, so I can't say. But I just, by gut feeling, I just don't think that, especially with the summer season, especially with the time of when this comes out, literally I think it comes out like a week or two after Jurassic World comes out. I don't know. I just think that this is going to be the lesser of the 3 if we're talking about Fantastic Four and Jurassic World and this. I could see Jurassic World doing a little bit better, or I could see Fantastic Four doing a little bit better than this. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people will show up, but I just feel in my heart that it's not going to be a strong start for this upcoming universe or this upcoming reboot. But we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll be wrong. I hope to be wrong, but I just don't think it's going to be. I just don't think a lot of people are going to be interested, if you ask me. And for me, anyway, I'm not entirely interested myself. So, alrighty. Now we have the official trailer for Nobody 2. This is, of course, the sequel to Nobody, which came out, I believe, in 2019. Or did it come out during the pandemic? I forget. But this stars Bob Odenkirk, Connie Nielsen, Colin Hanks, Sharon Stone, and Christopher Lloyd. This is being directed by Timo Tihanhento. I probably butchered the hell out of that name, sorry. He's most notable for doing some of the VHS films, specifically VHS 2 and VHS 94. And this has a release date for August 15th, 2025. Now, based on what I saw, seems to be a fairly casual viewing. It doesn't really appear to be trying too hard to achieve much interest, nor does it seem to be creating much interest either. It's just kind of, what you see is what you get, basically. And for what I'm seeing, it looks pretty okay. I'm not familiar with the original outside of some of the more obvious connections with the John Wick series. I believe they use some of the same stunt people. I know that some of the, I think that the director of the first one is the director of John Wick, if I'm not mistaken, or at least there's producers I believe have involvement, but I don't know. I'm not particularly interested, but I think it'll do fine. It's being placed in August, which doesn't really have a whole lot going on. And from what I read, the first one actually was dirt cheap. So I think this most likely will do fine for them financially. But for me, it just doesn't really do much. It just looks pretty So yeah. Not a whole lot for me. And I think that it will probably end up doing it. I think that it'll end up doing fine. But it just looks okay. There's not much to say else than just that. Just pretty okay. That's really all I gotta say. So, but yeah, those are my thoughts for this week, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys let me know your thoughts on Final Destination if you guys actually saw the film, and how you feel about its really solid box office. Your thoughts on a Rambo prequel. Your thoughts on AMC getting a whole lot of discount pricing coming its way soon, as well as, of course, the trailers for Superman and Nobody 2. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until then, I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.